folks, on the Ducati stand, and here is a bike that we have all been waiting to see. This is the first time I've seen this thing in the flesh, and it is of course Ducati Streetfighter S. So this is the V4 Panigale engine, V4 Panigale everything else really, without the fairing. It's got its own aerodynamics, which is completely different to the standard V4R, which is quite cool. So it's 208 horsepower. Ducati are claiming 178 kilograms, although that's dry, so near 195 when it's all fueled up. But yeah, it's an absolute monster. It's so small and so compact, just like the V4. It really does look like a miniature motorcycle in a way when you're standing next to it. I mean, we just saw a little kid jump on the thing there, and it looked like a normal bike for him to ride. This is the launch for this. We are thinking is going to be early next year. So of course we are going to be on hand to go and have a little ride of it and see what we think. But the numbers of it, it's kind of this and the Brutale 1000 and bikes like the ZH2. They've moved the naked motorcycle game on quite a long way to the plus 200 horsepower range. That was the preserve of the super bikes, and now for some reason everybody thinks it's a good idea to have nakeds. I for one am fully behind that. So yeah, looking forward to riding this thing, and suitably impressed with the way that it looks. It's a Ducati, so it's always going to look nice, and that's sort of the keynote speech. But the packaging of it and the ergonomics of it, they all seem to look just about right. So yeah, we'll be bringing you a full review on this one as and when we get to ride it. And now we're going to go and find the Ducati Panigale V2. Follow me. So another new bike for Ducati in 2020 is the Panigale V2, which is going to be taking over from the 959 Panigale, replacing that bike, and it has got the same sort of V4 makeover with the fairing and the headlights setup. It's not, the similarities kind of end there because the frame is not the same as the Panigale V4. It's the same as the outgoing 959 with some adjustments. As you can see, if we look at this model here, the way the rear shock absorber is mounted is the same as the older sort of outgoing Panigales, not the V4s. So it's 150 horsepower, so it's got plenty of poke, and it should be a really, really live and sublime handling machine. We've got Harry is on the launch of this one in about a week's time, so I can't go on it because there's another launch on the Triumph Rocket 3 that I'm going to be on, but Harry's going to be riding that one, and we think it's taking place at Almeria. So yeah, there'll be a full video review and full editorial review on Visordown as and when that one lands. So this is a rather cool bike. I like this a lot because this harks back to a Cagiva of quite a long time ago that competed in the Dakar Rally, but it was powered by the Ducati engine. This bike the engine is from the Scrambler 1100, and there are some other elements of the Scrambler 1100 in there as well. Everything else has been changed. It's been given this kind of desert racer / rally raid makeover, and I'm all for it. So it's a 1079cc engine pushing out about 85 brake horsepower. It's got long travel Öhlins suspension, Brembo brakes. It is a design concept, so it's not a running, working model, but it doesn't look far off it, and I like the fact that it's got proper, genuine sort of rally raid additions to it, like the underseat sort of tank at the back and the big long-range fuel tank on top as well. If it does go into production, we're probably not going to see anything next year. It will probably be the year after that. But it's a properly cool-looking thing, and if Ducati actually creates something that looks just like it does there, I think they will walk out the showrooms. There's another bike that we just want to have a look at over here, Stuart, if you follow me. So this is the Ducati Motard. So this is based on the 803 Scrambler, the smaller of the Scrambler family, and it is their take on what a Ducati Scrambler would be if somebody wanted to turn it into a hyper motard sort of supermoto racer. Again, it's just a design concept for now, but like the Desert X over here, it doesn't look like it would take much to actually put that thing into production. And likewise, if we're ever going to see it, it probably won't be next year, it'll probably be the year after. But I think there's probably less chance of that making it into production than there is of that, just simply because the market for a bike like this at the moment is much, much bigger.